Hello my beautiful family and welcome back to the channel. Let's get into the 90-day UK tell-all. This episode was like an hour longer than the usual episodes, so let's get started. Taher and Nicole are the first to arrive. Nicole is 8 months pregnant and she looks stunning. Then Charlotte arrives in a beautiful purple dress. I love the color on her and just look at those things. Whoa, she looks good.
It's awful what happened to Charlotte. I can't believe what he's done, that kid. How can you do that to someone?
Nicole and Charlotte are catching up and then sultry Sam arrives. Her entrance is nothing special. She doesn't seem very happy to see anyone. I don't like the patterned dress that she was wearing. Oh, and Ali isn't there. He's still in Turkey because they can't afford the visa yet.
Me and Ali have come as a strong couple today. He might not be here in person, but we're definitely a strong couple to contend with.
I think Ali is an example of a guy who really wants a visa, who is also happy in his relationship with Sam. I do think it's possible that both things can be true at the same time. And I know that Sam is extremely rude and off-putting, but they seem to have really good chemistry together. However, Charlotte is a little bit doubtful. After she had to learn the hard way that all her friends and family were right about Johan, she says that she sees Ali doing the exact same things that Johan did.
He is surrounded by girls all day.
Ali has a lot of traits that Johan would do.
Then Sam is like, hey, what do you think about Tony? And Charlotte's like, girl, I don't feel comfortable around him, no. Sam is like, yeah, just one red flag after another. As they're having this conversation, Tony and Newie are in the back getting their makeup done. Newie looks unbelievable. Stunning from top to bottom. I loved everything. Oh, loved it.
I've read some of the comments online and I can see where the comments have come from. People don't know the real me.
You know what this is. We all know what this is. My very first episode of him, I said, like, his appearance is the most important thing about him, but also the way that he is perceived. He is now in damage control for the sake of his public image, which is just an overdrawn way of saying he still has a huge ego. I don't believe anything that he says.
Yeah, he's definitely got a few.
Speak of the devil. They sit down and Charlotte is like, so, are you ready for some difficult questions? Because I've got some in it.
You guys expecting some difficult questions? I've got a few.
Boom. He doesn't like that. He's like, as long as the questions are presented respectfully, I don't have a problem answering, but they need to be respectful.
I'm ex-military, I've been through a lot worse. As long as they're put to me respectfully, I will answer them respectfully.
Course, yeah.
Every opportunity to remind everyone around him, he is ex-military, okay? He automatically deserves everyone's eternal respect. What was that? What was that?
Ready for today?
Oh, Jamie. I feel like he should be wearing one of these hats. I can picture him walking around Disneyland with the Mickey Mouse ears, with his mom. She's got the Minnie Mouse ears on. He's like, if anyone thinks they're gonna talk bad about my mama, Kathleen, they'll have to deal with me.
Where's Kathleen?
Unfortunately, she's not here.
You guys still strong though? Still together?
We're still together. It's been very difficult.
Now, Charlotte had just expressed privately to Sam that she is not going to feel comfortable in the same room as Tony, who is now sitting next to her. So she's like, hey girls, do you mind if we go and have a private chat? While the girls are talking, Jose and Louise roll up. You guys, they look so freaking stupid. It's embarrassing. It's even worse because they don't live a lavish lifestyle. They don't have all this money to dress like this and keep up this appearance. You guys are too old to be posers. Even the driver was like, where do they find these people?
Yes. Where do they find these people from?
The girls are catching up. Charlotte is chomping at the bit to know the dirt on Tony and if he is still acting like a douche. She tells Charlotte and Sam that he's been a lot better because he hasn't been drinking like he was. She says if he slips up and he does get drunk, he's out of control.
Is he respecting that?
Yeah, he is accept. If he not, you lose me. I don't accept that anymore.
I hope so.
I hope it lasts. I don't want to see Newie get hurt. She seems like she's serious though, that she won't deal with it. Jamie and Douche Monkey are on the couch getting each other all pumped up. Tony tells Jamie that he was his favorite in this season, and of course reminds Jamie that he is ex-military.
I'm ex-military, so the way I come across sometimes can be a bit arrogant and controlling.
See guys, it only comes across that way. That's not actually how it is. I'm not sure if you guys caught it, but he's ex-military. That definitely explains his complete lack of respect for anyone else, like especially women. The girls come back in and Jamie's like, wow, you guys look like a bunch of models. I'm like, gosh, he's so innocent and childlike. And then it cuts to him saying this.
Bit of a crush going on for Charlotte. She's lovely. Well, Charlotte has got an amazing rack, let's just put it that way.
Jeez, Jamie. I guess you don't mind being on the rocks with Kathleen. I wonder if Charlotte would be interested in dating Jamie. So anyways, Tony's like, so, what were you guys talking about? And Sam's like, it's top secret. It's girl chat. And he's just looking at her like, really? But Charlotte changes the subject really fast and acknowledges that John and Sprite still haven't arrived. So they're all talking about how toxic the relationship is, and then John walks in all alone.
No, first of all, where is Sprite?
Things didn't work out really well.
No.
I'm not sure if I made the right decision.
I think you did.
He fat shamed you. He was demanding. Everything had to be on his terms.
What the hell?
I hear everything.
Congratulations, you're still together.
I love how Newie was like, oh, hey, congratulations. We weren't talking crap about you guys. By the way, I'm going to do this video without any blush on my filter because they updated the software and it has changed the way that my filter operates. So either it can be nice and smooth with no blush, or I can do this and put the blush on and it flashes, which is not acceptable, or I have to remove my background another way, which results in my filter like disappearing and having like invisible spots on it, and I hate that. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I know, Mom, you hate my filter without blush. I am so sorry. Now, John is really pissed off in this episode. He came with the intent of ruffling feathers. Him and Sprite just tricked everyone, and he admits it's because he wanted to hear their honest opinions. Sam is like, I would say the same thing to his face. I don't care.
Sam, honestly, comes across like a big bitch.
She does, but so do you. I don't know why John showed up with a vendetta against everybody, but we'll get into that later. The host calls everyone to set. This host was okay. She cracked a few jokes, but her hair, it looks like she was at the gym and they called her and were like, where are you? Hurry up, get over here. And she just rushed over. We open up with Charlotte. They do a flashback so everyone can see what had happened, but the thing is, everyone already knew each other's business. So I'm wondering if they get to watch each other's segments before anyone else. Does anyone know how that works?
He now accepts what he's done. He admits everything. He wanted to get back together.
So Charlotte told Johan, dude, you're freaking delusional. I want a divorce. Now, apparently, Johan has the power to divorce her at any time, even without her knowledge. She doesn't have to sign or do anything. So he tells her, I got the paperwork, give it 10 days and you'll be a free woman. So then 10 days later, she texts him and says, is everything good? Like, are we done? And he goes, oh no, it's 10 days from the time that you pay for it. So as far as she knows, she is still legally married. Then the host asks her that after doing all of her investigating and finding all these girls online, how many girls at this point is Charlotte aware of?
I know now that he was actually messaging probably about 50.
What?
Sorry.
How many?
How did you find this out?
What are you talking about?
Is so disgusting. To lead a person on like this all the way up to getting married and then you rip their heart out? There needs to be legal repercussions for catfishing. After watching that show Catfished, I really believe that there needs to be something passed that if you're catfishing someone for money, you need to go to jail. There needs to be something. Because it's not just about breaking the person's heart and lying to them. You're literally scamming them. How is it any different than those phone calls that you get and they're scamming you? How is it different? Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent while I'm stuttering all the way through it. The host, who is sitting like this, informs the cast that they have one of Johan's victims on a Zoom call.
We went to the theater and it was sure that it wasn't his first time because I don't know what details I should say.
So Johan has an entire playbook that he runs through with every single girl. Part of that playbook is taking them to the local theater and having sex with them in like this secret spot that only he knows about. So on top of being a scammer, he's a whore. Moving on. It's Jamie's turn, and unfortunately Kathleen couldn't make it because of work. But that's okay because Jamie's mommy is there to support him. After a bunch of him-hawing around, she finally reveals that she doesn't believe Jamie is actually happy, and when she found out that Jamie had sent more money to Kathleen, she decided she was going to test Kathleen.
So what I did was I put some money on the side with some jewellery just to see if it would still be there when I came back.
I think that was a pretty nasty move, and Jamie's like, dude, I didn't like that at all. And of course Kathleen didn't touch any of Grandma's pearls. Then they throw up the flashback of Jamie just talking about his mom, going on and on and on, and even calling her when him and Kathleen were having alone time.
We have been through so much, and people don't understand. Jamie was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Jamie has blood cancer? Oh my gosh. I have a whole new respect for him. He never brought it up. Unlike freaking Tony, this moron over here, reminding I'm ex-military. By the way, I am not knocking our service members. If you have served, I love you. I will kiss you on your lips. I just hate Tony. Jamie is starting to get emotional as everyone tells him maybe his love for her really isn't enough to carry the relationship. And then Charlotte is like, I think it's pretty obvious, Mom, you hate Kathleen.
It does come across quite strongly that maybe you do try and wind her up a little bit.
Oh no, it's not true. I just love Tess. She's so lovely. I don't think the mom has ill intentions, but definitely her helicoptering is going to scare away a lot of women. Then they throw up another flashback of Kathleen talking about Jamie cheating on her. This makes me so freaking crazy. Even Kathleen admits her and Jamie were broken up when he got together with Tess. Let's just say fine, he cheated on her. Let's imagine that he actually cheated on her, okay? He proposed to her and she said yes. So how are you going to agree to marry him and then just beat him over the head with the same thing day in and day out? Oh.
Isn't it true, Jamie, that Kathleen has been seen with a mystery man?
Mom tells everyone that Tess, his ex that Kathleen is mad about, spotted Kathleen at Western Union with another man, and they were laughing and goofing off with each other.
This guy has sent her flowers in the past, and she told me that it's just a friend. He's already married in the Philippines.
Why would a married man be sending flowers to another woman? Finally, Charlotte says what everyone was thinking, and that's that Kathleen does not appear interested in him at all. Her body language, the things that she says to him, and I totally agree. Kathleen didn't even look like she liked being around him. Okay, but enough about them. I gotta take my son to a doctor's appointment. Let's move on to Tony and Newie.
Have we had a full transformation?
Full transformation, and the only partying is with this girl.
Is this strictly true, Tony?
Nope.
Yeah.
I love that the host kept calling him out. Are you sure you've changed? Really? Have you? He's like, well, I still go out with my friends, but I have a curfew. Oh, and I take her daughter to school every morning. See, you guys, like, I'm so nice.
I have become mature, which, has made me a better man, and I'm a lot happier for it.
Oh, he's so happy that now he's a mature grown man. Did you hear that? The host is like, Newie, I noticed your facial expressions were screaming that he's full of it. What say you? Oh, I'm exhausted. He's gotten drunk a number of times, and when he does, he's out of control. He's crazy. I don't like how he acts. Then they throw up the flashback of Tony telling Newie to get out of the house and greet him properly.
Sawadee-ha, hello.
Tina, do that again, please. Don't disrespect me. Say hello. At least.
Everyone was like, you monster.
Tony, that was quite chilling, don't you think?
Oh yeah, I hate it. It was horrible. I would definitely never, ever do that again.
Why would you do that to her? To firstly leave her alone?
I'm ex-military.
How could you treat her like that? Can you imagine a man treating your sister like that? Oh, okay. I said it was bad. Okay, I learned. I'm grown now.
I understand it looks like I've come across controlling, but I've spoke to people and they kind of think, well, it's maybe just your military way of talking.
It only appears he was controlling. That's not actually what he's doing. He's just Newie is crying and the host is like, do you believe he's actually changed? And he makes this face. And then she says that after their last big blow up, he promised that he was going to change. Charlotte's like, hey, bro, that was completely inappropriate. She is a tiny little woman. How dare you?
That was 1 year ago, and we've got over that. We've got stronger.
Did you? Newie looks so extremely uncomfortable. She admits that Tony does still drink, but maybe only 1 or 2 compared to the 10.
What's the first word you think of when you come to Tony? It would either be controlling or potentially a bit narcissistic.
One thing I do like about Sam is she doesn't give 2 F's about what anyone thinks. She will say it right to your face, right in your eyes. And she says fook, which is hilarious. Also, Ollie looks really cute. I like his haircut. I feel really bad for saying that he was so creepy and he looked like the skinny man from Charlie's Angels in my first recap. Sorry, bud. You're cool. I like you. Forgive me for roasting you and Sam. Sorry, Sam.
15-minute break, guys.
Woo! Can I drink?
Ask you why.
Can I drink?
Everyone was just writing you about your behavior, and you're the first one to ask. Tony, God. Charlotte's like, look, we don't know what happens behind closed doors, but it definitely doesn't look like Newie is the one with the anger issues. Do you guys remember when he said that she was the one with the temper?
Jamie's definitely the biggest mama's boy. I have never ever seen a 33-year-old man being taken care by his mom like that before. It grosses me out a little bit.
Yeah, even gay guys don't like a mama's boy. It's just not a good look. Nicole and Jamie are just gutted for Charlotte. Her story broke everyone's heart. Hey, Charlotte, would you ever date Jamie? Maybe it just takes the right woman for him to forget about mommy. They're all chilling out at their break, and Charlotte asks Sprite how it made him feel when he heard her and Sam talking trash about him, and John chimes in.
I don't believe that when you said that if Sprite was here, you would have said the same thing. I don't believe that. I think if Sprite was here, you guys would have said something completely different.
Sam's like, no, I don't give a fuck. I'll say it to his face. I'll say it again. Charlotte's like, yeah, like I wouldn't want someone to be real with me, so we're gonna be real with you. Then it cuts to John's interview, and he's like, this is the tell-all, so bring it on because I've got a bunch of things to say.
Now is not the time to hold back. This is the tell-all. I'm going to say it how it is, so bring it on.
John seems to think that tell-all means tell all the things that you don't like about everybody rather than just telling your own story. I talked crap about everyone because I want to voice my opinions. And I was like, that's nice, John. Why are you why do you suddenly feel the need to go on the attack? It was weird.
I've spoken so much shit about Johan. I've spoken so much shit about Tony. Nicole, as lovely as you are, I've spoken shit about you.
Jamie's like, well, the only thing I've ever said about you was that like maybe you have some trust issues or something. And John's like, huh, well, isn't that funny? Considering you're the one who cheated on your girlfriend.
I didn't cheat on Kathleen. We broke up.
She believes that you did.
She believes that I did.
I just now noticed Sprite's face. I don't think he was expecting John to act like this. And Jaime's like, dude, I didn't even say anything bad. Why did you say that? The air in the room is very uncomfortable. So Charlotte shifts the attention over to Jose and Louise, who haven't been talking to anyone else like this entire time. Charlotte's like, oh, congratulations on making it this far. Congratulations on your baby, defying the odds. But
your music, it's not a proper job. Louise needs to be supported and the baby.
She says it's more of a hobby than an actual job, and Jose is like, no, it's not a hobby. Do you get money from it? Cause the views you get aren't really saying much. And they're all right. His YouTube channel has less subscribers than me. And he was on national television. Like, how long do you pursue this dream before you say, Louise is like, hey, it's not just his music. He does a lot of stuff on social media, including promotions.
But there's lots of different ways that you can make money online. It's not easy.
But you've got to have like loads of followers.
Again, he's not wrong. I just don't like how they all ganged up on them, especially because Louise is in total support of Jose. If she wanted him to stop, that would be one thing. Then it's like an intervention, but they both enjoy it. She supports him, so I think everyone just needs to like leave him alone. Then they call everyone back to the set.
ตอนทำแบบนี้นะนี่คือครั้งสุดท้ายที่เราจะเจอกัน
Can I talk to you? Sprite doesn't like that I'm saying bad things to people.
What if that ruined his career?
I'm impressed that John knows Chinese. Good for him. But he's like, Sprite, don't tell me what to say. That's controlling. I think that Sprite was giving him good advice though. Like, he's being needlessly cruel. And for what? Everyone sits down and the host is like, whoa, the atmosphere in the room is very different. What happened? And John's like, hey, well, this is the tell-all. I'm gonna say what I think. And I told Jose he doesn't have a proper job. But that's just my opinion though.
Does it really matter?
Well, I just wanted to hear it from him.
Why would you care? Why would you waste your life?
It just pisses me off.
Why? Why are you pissed? Then it moves on to Taher and Nicole. I'm gonna skip over them. There was really nothing happening. We know that they're pregnant, and I feel like they were trying to make it look like their conflicting religions was going to be some sort of disaster in the future, but they're both super respectful of each other's desire to worship or practice however they want. So Taher is definitely different than Mahmoud, okay? These two look very happy. Moving on. Ali and Sam tell everyone that they got hitched and Ali's family paid for the entire wedding. The only thing that Sam bought was her dress. They throw up a flashback of Sam's friends warning her not to trust Ali and he is only using her.
If I just married to her for visa, why I married to her? I'm gonna marry to her older and richer, like a 80 years old.
Ali was cracking Sam up. I thought it was so cute. These two seem to either be getting along really well or horribly. And Jamie's like, no, I don't think that Ali is using her. They have such good communication. I'm actually jealous.
I see a lot of personality similarities with me and Sam and with Johan and Ali.
Sam's like, no, I know his every move. We're always chatting, or I'm chatting with his friends and they tell me where he is. Charlotte's like, no, I feel like I am just watching myself all over again. Ali doesn't really know what to say, and I don't blame him. If everyone already thinks that you're guilty, it doesn't matter what you say. They don't believe you. So then they call up Sam's friend Nicola on screen to tell Sam again that Ali is just using her. She asks Ali what his intentions are, and he's like, oh my gosh, dude.
We already married, so I always could look after the Sam, so what I can do more?
She told me she would never congratulate me on our marriage, and the host is like, dang, Betsy, what's it gonna take for you to trust Ali? Years. It's gonna take years for me to trust Ali.
If you have the bad experience, that's no way for the I am like same like your ex.
Most of the time his English is pretty good, but that was a little bit confusing. So this girl was in a relationship with a Turkish guy for several years who did scam her. So that's why she doesn't trust Ali. Ali is like, I only have eyes for Sam. I love her more than anything. And Charlotte's like, yeah, I've heard all this before. Then Sprite finally speaks up and asks, what do you like about Sam? Good question. And he says, beautiful soulmate. Charlotte's like, dude, I don't believe a single thing he's saying. Sam, he can't even list 3 genuine things that he likes about you.
Does it look fake to you?
Yes.
So who's care?
Oh, we lost him.
Once Ali freezes on the screen, Sam starts to panic. It was kind of shocking. She was so uncomfortable when he wasn't there to back her up.
I like to think I know what he's doing, but why is he frozen? Help yourself here. It's just me then.
You're not listening.
Finally, Ollie is unpaused and she's like, would you like to chip in here? You've been just sitting there saying nothing. I was like, why are you mad at him? It's not his fault that he froze. So now Ollie is mad and he goes on the attack. He's like, I have no effing similarities to... He's not British. He's like, I have no effing similarities to Johan, okay?
I never said
Don't raise your voice at me.
give
Don't
me
raise your
money,
voice. Don't
do
swear.
this.
He's like, be quiet, let me talk. And she goes, oh, look, the mask has slipped. Sam's like, fuck this, nobody believes us. We're out, we're done.
Babe, no one sees the real shit. Fuck this, we're out. Fuck this shit.
Normally don't appreciate the F-bomb, but there's something about the way that Sam says it is so funny. Fuck off. Sam storms off. She's pissed. So Charlotte chases after her and I was like, oh, she's gonna apologize for what she said, but instead she just keeps going after Ali.
Like, he loses his shit just like that. Don't come on a show if he don't want to listen to the opinions.
Ali is still having a fit about Charlotte coming in hot, and they're like, Ali, why are you getting so mad? Why are you so defensive? Surprisingly, Sam is back there listening to Charlotte. She says some hard things to hear, but at the end, she's like, look, I just care about you. I don't want to see you get hurt the way that I did. And they hug, they come back out, and we are moving on to Sprite and John, who are officially married.
We do have our arguments every now and then, but we do settle them very quickly.
He's like, we don't fight about the same stuff. We're learning a lot about each other. And the host is like, you guys were always fighting about the same things. You were fighting about where you're gonna live. You're fighting about money. And John's like, well, Sprite cares a lot about money and getting ahead, so I feel like there's a lot of control due to that aspect. And Sprite is like,
if I look down on you, I left you. I go find a rich man. Already, I'm still with you. I help you grow.
Charlotte and Sam are like, your guys' relationship kind of sucks. You're just treading water. You're stuck in the same spot. And I don't think it's gonna work out. And John looks over at Sprite and he's like, you're not gonna say anything? And he doesn't say anything. After watching back our story, everything that you guys are saying is making sense. And he walks off the stage to cry.
So I will tell you the story, everything. So
I think John is crying a bit. Do you want to go and join him just to check that he's okay?
Sprite goes back there and comforts crybaby John. Then they come back out and the host dives right into Sprite telling John he's so fat and needs to lose weight. And Sam is like, hey, it's not necessarily that you were telling him he's fat. It's the way that you said it that was kind of mean. And then he reveals to us that he had a big fat diabetic dad who passed away, and he starts crying like a girl.
I mean,
oh,
I don't want this to happen again.
I love that the host and Newie went over to him to comfort him, even though that it was like the fakest cry of all time. He's like, I can't lose him. My heart won't be able to take it. Then John's like, yeah, actually, I'm super lazy. I hate exercising and I can probably do better. Finally, we shift over to Jose and Louise, who don't have anything new to share. They've been parents for a while. Their marriage is good. They're good.
I love you.
I love you too.
Then they play Jose's latest song, which is atrocious, and they all dance. And that's a wrap. I apologize for falling behind on my videos. I had so many copyright issues with my last tell-all. It took, oh my gosh, it took way too long. And also, I am going to start prioritizing exercise. I put it on the back burner for too long, and it's time to shape up. Next year, if we are lucky enough to take another trip, I want to look good. And I am making an announcement that I'm gonna look good next year, and I need you guys to hold me accountable. I want to welcome our newest member, Sarah Junkmans. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.
I'm ex-military.
So then they call up Sam's friend Nicola on screen to oh my gosh. Then they call up Sam.
We are all just nosy bitches who love a good drama.
You pray, yeah. yeah, I pray often. Pray on repeat, never on retreat. Trinity with me, yeah, that's a three-piece. Give him the blood, yeah, I can show receipts. Charlie the king, so I don't know. I say we been knew that he would do it. Duh, it's new to you.